Hey guys, so as I'm editing this video, I found that the intro mic quality was complete garbage, so I'm just going to be giving you guys a new intro. So as you guys saw in the thumbnail and title of this video, we are building a keyboard and we are doing pretty interesting stuff to it. So without further ado, enjoy the video. So what we have in this box here is the GAS67 DIY kit. So basically what's included in this kit is that you have two boxes on the top. These are your stabilizers that you have to mount yourselves. Underneath a styrofoam. These are little screws and your foam, a little bit of rubber seals as well. And here we get a nice braided coiled cable, which is a good feature for the price that you're getting. So it's rare to even get braided cables on this cheap of a board. This board costs $60 US and it matches the color of the board, which is good as well. And the board that it's here, so the board you get is half mounted about. You're missing the PCB, but you have this gasket here and a bit of silicone on the bottom, but there's no screws attached, there's nothing attached. So underneath everything is your PCB, and underneath another foam we get a screwdriver, a keycap, and switch puller, and that's the rest of the box that we are getting. So with that being said, let's get this board set up. And as we're setting up the board, let's talk a bit about the case. The case is completely plastic and it's very thin, so there's not much. Here's a silicone piece to try get rid of that hollow pinging sound. This is a thin layer of, I don't even know what this is. It's a foam, I guess. It seems like it's a stickable. Seems like it sticks to the bottom of the case, I guess you were doing. But this is probably not going to do much. So here's our PCB. It is a 5-pin connector, so you don't need to worry about what switches you get. They're all going to fit. So I just want to make sure everything works. So I'm going to be plugging it into my computer real quick. It's good to see that the PCB still works. Okay, I'll catch you guys in like 5 years when it's done. Oh, nope. Fuck. Think I got it? I don't got it. Oh my god. I just had it. Yes. No. Guys, has it ever been this hard to peel a tape? Okay, I'm starting to think this is not a peel. So a little bit more about this board. These, again, is a 5-pin switch with north-facing LEDs. So some of your cherry style switches is going to be interfered with the light, but I'm assuming if you're building your own keyboard you don't really care about that kind of stuff. Then let's check out what we have over here. I don't even know what all this stuff is, to be honest. These are rubber stoppers for the bottom of the keyboard, and then we have feet rests for the bottom of the keyboard as well that came in that bag. This, I'm not too sure of what it is. Maybe one of you guys can help me in the comments to know what this is. Neither do I know what this is. This is all new to me. But here we have screws to put the keyboard together. And these are little foams that we put alongside the keyboard for when we put back the top. Just gotta make sure everything lines up properly, so like your keyboard will actually close. Boy, this silicone piece I just put, I have no idea if it's for the spacebar, but I'm putting it anyway because it makes sense to me. Okay, so as I'm mounting the board, I'm going to be putting these switches in right away. And I'd be scared to pop out a hot swap socket, so I'm just going to be doing it with the board unbuilt. The switches I went with today, these are the ACAM cream linear switches. I'm going to be putting the specs up on the video anyway for you to see. This is a linear switch. I have no idea what these are going to sound like. I have not heard any sound tests, so this is going to be a surprise for both of us. But they did say on the spec sheet that they were pre-lubed. I'm going to be doing a stock sound test, and I will be opening a few up to see if they're actually lubed or if I can make it sound better than it is. Go. But it's good. This is my first fully disassembled keyboard I'm putting together. So this is a learning process on the way. So I'm discovering more and more stuff, which is good. And if these sound good like this, I'm maybe going to lube like one and see if it even makes a difference. If not, I'm not even going to lube it. Also, as I'm putting in these switches, let me tell you about something. These switches were 25 bucks for 70 pieces. Another bent pin. So as long as you keep it below 75%, you only need to spend $25 on these switches, which is a really, really good deal. I don't think I've found something quite as cheap yet. So if these sound good, then they're fully getting my recommendation. And if they are pre-lubed like they said, then this is absolutely worth to buy. If they are good. I'll just test this out again. Dope. Make sure I didn't break anything. Okay, I have no idea what that means, but they all work, so that's good news. There we go. Ooh. So I definitely regret screwing in the stabilizers since I'm just going to take them out to lube them, but it is what it is. Oh my god. Yeah, not a bad option. No, very hollow. Definitely needs like some modding to do with it. But 59 bucks, it's pretty budget and it doesn't look terrible, you know. Your USB-C in the middle, which, you know, it's alright. I prefer it on the left side or the right side, like one angle to another. It will look better with the coiled cable. But you know, the gapping isn't too bad. The back isn't too bad. You know, and it's not damaged. Paint looks pretty good. So, and these are in stock like right away. So from Wet Geek, pretty much what you get is already in stock, and it's cheap. So no complaints right there, except for the way to build it. It took me a few tries and a little hiccups here and there. So next, I'm gonna put on the keycaps. So for the keycaps, what I went with is the ACAM gradient keycaps. So this build is pretty much all this brand ACgram or ACgram, something like that. But I thought it would look nice with the white. Let's throw that on the floor. So this is the keycap we're going with, and pretty much a little bit of editing and done. Look at that magic over there. By the way, this keycap set is $57 US, so pretty much the entire price of your case itself, but it does support all layouts and comes with a keycap remover as well, so that's nice to know. But this is pretty much the finished product of the board. Well, not finished yet, we have to mod it, but this is what it looks like with the keycaps. I actually think it looks pretty good. So on the bottom of the keycaps, I don't know if you guys can see, they have shine throughs of the letters and symbols and whatnot. So if you cannot see, since these are just gradients, you have them there as well. Here's a sound test of the keyboard completely stock. So as you guys can see, as I told you before, these stabilizers are extremely pingy. The switches don't feel too bad. They're alright. I don't think they're fully pre-lubed. But since I cannot open the switch, I will do my best to mod the case. I mean, you get what you pay for. So this is a really cheap option. This was about $120 US. So nothing to really beat that, especially if you want to get into custom building, all that stuff. But now let's take this back out and dig into it. So right now I'm taking out the screws for the stabilizers again. I'm pretty much going to be lubing them and greasing them, then putting them back in. Since these are screw-in stabilizers, the rattle shouldn't be too bad as compared to clip-in stabilizers. So I'm not going to do anything about that. I'm just going to be lubing them and then putting them back in. And then we can really see how good these stabilizers really are. Oh, fuck. Also, issue. There's a bolt that broke inside the case. So nothing we can do about that, but say, oh well. The only thing I need to do is try and find a way to get everything back in. Okay, stabilizers are now done. We'll put them back in here. And the next mod we're going to be doing is I'm going to be putting tape all over the back of the PCB, as I per usually do. This gives it a much better sound, I find. I'm going to over measure each time, and this is going to be terrible. Hey. Okay, that should be good enough. So everything with the PCB and everything with the stabilizers is done. Now we have to go back to the board. See if I try and separate the board. This piece is stuck because of the screw, so I don't know what I'm going to have to do to get that to work out, but I'm going to fiddle with it and hopefully it works. My next plan to mod this is actually going to be I'm going to be putting cotton balls into the board itself. I've never tried this. I don't think anyone else has. We had overload extra on cotton balls, so I decided to say why not. Oh, what the fuck? This shit stained my hand. What is this? What the fuck is this? Oh no, I got it on the board. Okay, that should be enough. We're gonna see what happens. This might not fit with the board, or it might be extremely squished. I don't really know. I don't know what to do with this. Well, I broke it. Okay, well basically with it being broken, I'm just gonna put back together everything and then take it from there. I'm gonna try and get this to fit. I don't think it will. And this is probably not going to fit properly. It's probably going to have a huge gap since I did break it off. We'll see what happens though. Awesome. So we got all the switches put onto the PCB now. Now I'm going to try and squish this whole case together. And I'm going to see if it fits. I think it's going to fit. If I squish it hard enough. Luckily cotton is like the squishiest thing. It's looking a bit tight. But I think we got this. I think it works. Okay, I think it is fine, so I'm going to start screwing in and hopefully nothing else goes wrong. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot the space bar. Oh, wait, I maybe got this. Oh. Yes. So, welcome back to my face. Hope you missed it. Anyway, keyboard is fully put together and assembled. I absolutely love the way this turned out. I am beyond happy. And I think the cotton balls did something. I'm going to be fully honest, I think they did. The stabilizers are nice. The switches sound great. The keycaps are a bit cheap. So the keycaps are double shot PBT. They do sound nice. I just don't think they are worth the $57 you are paying for just the design of it. I think you can find way better keycaps on the market for say, but not worth my $50 and sometimes not fully aligned on this board. But it is what it is. They do look cool and they support all layouts, so it is cool. Next, the board itself is a bit tricky to put together and does feel very, very cheap. Yeah, the case itself, $57. So it's about the same price as the keycaps, and with what you get, it's worth it. I wouldn't say it's too beginner friendly. It can leave you with a bit confused parts, especially if you guys hate reading manuals, then don't get this board. I would get something more like the GMK, like the first video I did, video up here, if you guys want to check it out. Where something is already pre-built for you, so all you can do is really just put the switches and choose your keycaps, and then you have your board. As for here, this board comes fully disassembled, PCB, case, styrofoam, foam, anything you can ask for. It's all separate. You have to build your own stabilizers, screw-in stabilizers, which people might not be comfortable with. So this is a board that is cheap, but figure it out yourself, I guess is what they were saying to themselves. So I wanted to ask you guys what kind of video we want to see next. Do you guys want to see an ACO build for a keyboard, or do you guys want to see more budget options like this keyboard right here, more in that like $80 to $120 range? Or would you guys like to see an ACO build with full ACO gear, ACO switches, ACO case, ACO keycaps? Let me know down below and I'll check it out for you guys. Or do you guys want me buying keyboards and reviewing them? Do you guys prefer builds? So yeah, let me know down below in the comments what you guys want to see next. I'm leaning towards an ACO build personally, but let me know if you guys want to see anything different. Anyway, so that's been the video today. I'm going to leave you guys with the sound test so you don't kill me. Other than that, guys, it's been your boy B Lowe's, and I'm out of here.